Thank you, Mr. Ramesh. This is a very, very forceful assertions of India's policy towards terrorism. Well, we always believed that terrorism is the scourge of the humanity, and we have been victims of terrorism for so many years. We have done our best to eradicate terrorism on our soil, and we have been impressing upon those countries that are thinking and believing in terrorism as a state policy. But enough is enough. That's a message coming now. And after what happened in Pahalgam on April 22nd and subsequent developments, we see a country that is engaged in more in optics, more of bluff and bluster, and is led by an army which is totally unprofessional, uncaring for its own people, exposing its own nature of the leadership it is today riddled with. Therefore, India's policy declaration that is coming across now, that any act of terrorism will be declared as an act of war, which means this is a very, very strong warning to Pakistan in particular, and also I believe it is also to those forces who are operating out of Pakistan and outside Pakistan.
Indeed.
And they may include some misguided governments and countries who are trying to assist Pakistan at this juncture. In the sense, this is going to have a very, very deep effect. We are not mentioning any country, but you would remember and recall during today's morning briefing, it was pointed out that some of the drones that have fallen, that were brought down by us, belong to or of a Turkish origin. So therefore, any country, any party, any force that is aiding this nonsense that our neighbor has been trying to thrust upon us will realize that this is going to come with huge, huge costs. This is not a kind of a warning, but to make everyone realize that today Pakistan stands as a country that encourages terrorism, not just across our border, but world over. There is, you can say, no major act of terrorism does not have a link to Pakistan. So therefore, I think this is a policy, clear enunciation, and we must say with pride, our military, our armed forces have been acting wholesomely with a lot of professionalism, with a lot of pride, and you can see how much care has been taken in the last 4 days to see that there are no civilian targets, that no hospital, no places of worship, nothing is harmed, other than the military assets, that too because they have been targeting our military assets, and we have been making it very clear. We are not escalating, but if it means that Pakistan will continue to provoke us, they will be replied with more than equal measure.
Absolutely. Mr. Iyer, you referred to Pakistan and its army. Let me take a moment to impress upon our viewers joining us from around the world that this is a country that did not even accept its own dead. Soldiers in particular, number one. Number two, this is a country and government and army that did not shy away from using civilian aircraft as a shield while attacking India or attempting to attack India using drones and missiles. And this is a country that now is targeting, as you mentioned, Mr. Iyer, a short while ago, is attempting to sow communal discord in India in its bid to target places of worship, including those belonging to Hindus, Christians, and Sikhs. Your thoughts on this devious design on the part of the Pakistani army and its army chief, General Asim Munir in particular?
Mr. Ramesh, even that first act of terror, in April, that is on April 22nd, segregating tourists on the basis of religion, and then trying to verify whether they actually belong, whether they were Hindus, and then killing them in cold blood right in front of the families, and even telling those women who were pleading for their lives, telling them to go and tell Prime Minister Modi. This kind of brutal action shows that this kind of forces are being encouraged by Pakistani military leadership that believes more in optics than in substance, and absolutely unprofessional force. Well, this is not a new thing for us. We saw during the Operation Searchlight in East Pakistan, which finally led to the creation of Bangladesh in 1971. Today we are also seeing the kind of atrocities that are being heaped on the people of Balochistan in the name of fighting so-called terrorism in Balochistan. And here, what we have seen in the last 3-4 days, instead of, understanding the gravity in which India is sending across the message that we wanted to pull down the terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan, which we did successfully, with using precision, using such technology which does not cause any other collateral damage of men, women, children, or of other buildings other than where we believe there are terror factories. Whereas what we are seeing from that side, they are being trying to provoke a kind of a war which they feel, if it's a short war, they can probably claim victory. And all along, there has been so much of bluff and bluster, Mr. Ramesh. They have been putting out all kinds of information, misinformation, half information, and claiming that India has lost a number of aircraft, a number of people, and which is not true at all. And I must give credit to the PIB fact check of the government of India, which has been working overtime 24/7, bringing out facts, bringing out data, bringing out visual proof as to what is the situation. Even take, for instance, today's claim that the Sirsa Air Force Station had been completely damaged. Within few minutes, right in the morning press conference, we saw officers showing us the actual reality in Sirsa, which is not far from here. And also, they are claiming that, we have used very sophisticated weapons to pull down their cheap missiles. But that's not true. We have been engaging kinetic and non-kinetic methods. I think we need to tell our viewers what exactly are the non-kinetic methods to bring down these drones and missiles. Well, non-kinetic means you don't shoot them down, but rather you interfere with the communication signals which are embedded in the drones. Therefore, a lot of the drones just come crashing down without even our forces need to fire a missile to counter them. Of course, kinetic approach is one where we actually go and intercept them before they reach our borders or enter our country. So what must be appreciated, Mr. Ramesh, is, we have been preparing for this kind of situation over a decade. That's why we have seen upgradation in technology, upgradation in the kind of men and women who are leading our forces today. And it's a matter of pride that today, if we can go to bed without a worry, that's largely because what the government has done, how our armed forces are prepared, and this war will definitely come to an end, and we know who will win.
Talking about the government and armed forces in India, Mr. Iyer, we saw Prime Minister Modi call for an all-party meeting, which was chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh a few days ago. Talk to us a bit, if you will, about the political consensus cutting across party lines in India right now as we speak. You think every Indian is standing firmly behind the Indian armed forces in their response to avenge the Pahalgam attack and Operation Sindoor as well?
Mr. Ramesh, without a doubt, the first time we are seeing that political parties, irrespective of their antipathy towards the Prime Minister or the ruling combination, they have realized the popular feeling, the popular mood in the country today is Pakistan's act of terrorism must come to an end, no matter what it takes. That's why you are seeing huge people coming out on the streets. Take, for instance, what happened in Chandigarh today. Young people coming out and saying they were willing to offer the services, willing to do anything. That's the mood of the youth. That's the mood of the people. And therefore, political parties realize this is not the moment for politics. This is not a moment for scoring any brownie points. Rather, this is the time to be united. And compared to 2019, when Balakot happened, which was a response to the bombing of vehicle carrying our CRPF personnel, that time these very parties were even asking for proof. Today, Pakistan is offering the proof of the success of our operations. I mean, it is Pakistan that is coming out saying, look what has happened here, what has been done to us. So that shows that, we are, responding to it in a matured way, not just the government or the ruling party members, but across the political lines, we can say, and also many parties, many governments have taken out rally in their capitals as a show of strength, as a way of, giving support to our armed forces who are working day and night. You can imagine every man and woman in the uniform, the kind of work they are doing, awesome work, Ramesh.